All right, we are joined by the law dog, the mayor of Zone 4,
What's going on,
Lawrence
everybody?
Butler. How we living, Law?
I'm living great. I mean, beautiful day in Arizona. I'm here with y'all. I can't complain at all.
No, you can't, my man. And with the way that things have been going so far this spring, there are zero complaints. You're hitting roughly 1,000, it feels like, slightly over 500 for those people who aren't great at math. That's really good so far. That's really good. But that's this spring. I want to talk about the outburst, the show up, the glow up that you have started to experience, and sort of the journey to get here, because it wasn't a smooth path. It wasn't a smooth journey, but damn it, we're here now and we're having a great time. But kind of take us through what the last year and change has kind of meant for you.
Well, yeah, you saw it a lot, Dallas, with me every day. I mean, it's just been different, coming from the minor leagues, just adjusting to the big leagues. I mean, it's a different game. And, I mean, like they said, it's easy to get – well, it's hard to get there, but it's even harder to stay. So, you kind of just got to – when you get there, you kind of keep working. You got to keep working. It's not – you haven't made it yet. Still got stuff to accomplish, still got things that you got to, plan for. Pitchers are planning for you. So, I mean, you got to switch your plan and just adjust to the pitchers. I mean, it's going to be up and down game because, I mean, baseball is really hard. But, you can't let that – you can't let the failures, just get to you.
No.
You got to keep going. You got to, keep the main goal, and, just kind of let everything else play out how it's supposed to.
You talked about the adjustments that you made in the second half of last year. I mean, you were statistically one of the best hitters in the game.
A freak.
What clicked for you? Like, was it a comfort thing, or was it something where, you made adjustments to your own swing, or something that you saw in different pitchers? Like, what was it that clicked for you? Because it was kind of just like snap of the finger and this dude is like a top 10 hitter in baseball.
It was more so me just, like, beating myself. Like, I was doing certain things in my swing that weren't allowing me to be the best player that I could be. So, me and Darren Bush, our hitting coach, we spent a lot of time watching a lot of video of me, and then we would watch a lot of video of other hitters. Specifically for me, I like to watch Juan Soto. So
Okay.
we would watch Juan Soto, Judge, and Harper, and we would kind of just see how they move, and we would see how I would move, and we could point out the differences, focus on those, do drills to, kind of get me within some of what they're doing, but not changing my swing to theirs, like keeping my same swing, but just, keeping my body in a better position for me to attack the ball and, do more damage.
Bro, that is what has been, for me, the most impressive. And, I mean, we'll go back to – you remember what I said to you on the field opening day last year when you had that big-ass smile on your face? You were just soaking it all in. I came up to you. I said, Law, do you understand how happy you make me just watching you play baseball, watching you move around out there and have the fun you do? And that has really carried over in the way that you are adjusting to this game, the way that you are studying this game. And I think that has been the most impressive, because at this age, going through some of these adjustments – I mean, that could be a lot on somebody's plate, but you've been able to do a pretty good job of compartmentalizing that and staying focused on those little things. What has helped you do that?
I mean, I just kind of take it back to me being a little kid. Like, I have fun. I've always had fun playing baseball.
Sure.
Like, I've always had fun, showed emotion, playing with my friends. I've just always had a lot of fun. And with me having fun, I think it helped me have a deeper love for the game of baseball.
Okay.
Like, I've always been a baseball head. Like, I might not know a lot of the players that have played, but, like, I know the game.
Sure.
And I just really like to learn the game. I always ask Cots questions on, like, why does he do certain things? Because, a manager can do certain stuff, but, like, if you don't know what he's doing it for, it's like you're not really learning.
You have no idea.
I really want to know, like, Cots, why are you putting this player in this position? Why are you calling this pitch, or why are you sending me on this pitch? And it's just me learning the game. So even when I was 9 years old, my travel ball coach, we would have practice in a cage.
Okay.
And before we do anything, we would have to take a full test, like multiple choice test. Some of the questions would be, he'd put a diamond on a paper.
Okay.
And it'd be like, ball in the gap, runner on first, double cut, draw it where everybody's supposed to be on the field.
Love that.
So you could really put me any position and I know where to go.
You know what's up.
It don't matter.
You know where to go with the ball. You have an idea.
You could put me at short, pitcher, catcher. I'm going to know exactly where to go every play.
I mean, that's incredible. Had you ever come across attention to detail like that, either before that happened or maybe even after you experienced that? I mean, shout out Coach. Who's Coach?
Joe Austin. Shout out Joe Austin.
Let's go.
Man. Joe Austin. It's R.J. Austin's uncle, the one who played at Vandy right now, who's tearing it up. That's his uncle. But yeah, I mean,
He'll be a big leaguer.
Yeah, exactly. I've always just really just like wanted to know why people do a lot of things in the game of baseball. Because I mean, like when you're young and you're watching big leaguers, you're just kind of like you're seeing them do stuff, but you don't know why.
Right? How's it happening?
The why is the most important part of why they're doing something. So to me, it's like I just really want to know what's the purpose of you doing whatever you're doing on the field, and that's kind of where Joe Austin would come in and kind of teach us why players are doing certain stuff. Like I used to even wonder, like you would see the infielders kicking the dirt around.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are they doing that?
Smooth it out.
He like smooth it out,
No bad
exactly.
hops.
So when I was young, I really focused on everything. Like I would watch a player that I like, and I would just watch him the whole game and just kind of whatever he does, the way he runs, walks, talks, chew gum.
Sure.
Like, I want to.
Well, who was the dude on the wall?
For
Who's
me,
the poster.
For me, I'm a Braves guy, so I would say Andrew Jones, Chipper Jones, and Freddie Freeman. Those were three players that I would love to watch.
You can model any part of the game
literally.
after and be
I
okay
could
with
just
it.
watch them all day, every day, and I'm just like, those are the players I'm supposed to be watching, and I know they're gonna give me a good example of what a big leaguer is supposed to be like.
For sure.
Yeah, so I like those guys.
You mentioned working with coaches and being able to look at the Sotos and the Harpers and their swings and how they move and everything. How important is it to talk to your fellow peers about hitting tips and just being able to talk hitting with other guys that have had success in the big leagues?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, Dallas can tell you. I mean, Brent Rooker's probably the most intelligent hitter I've known. I mean, his thought process going into a game is unmatched to me because, I mean, he'll have a plan. We'll have a hitters meeting, and they'll ask Rook, what you got? He'll give us a plan, and you'll go through the video, seeing the picture, and you're like, damn, that's the exact plan that I need to be successful against this guy. And granted, every time this might not work, but whatever he's telling you and whatever we're conversating about the pitcher, we even do it in game. It's going to be a good enough plan to where if I execute this plan 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be successful. So, I mean, I love that fact about my team, that we can all come in the dugout, talk about what the pitcher's doing to us, what type of pitches he's throwing to us, where he's going to attack us, and it really does help us. Like, I don't know if a lot of people think that we do that during the game, but to me, it's very beneficial because I love, like, if Seth Brown hits before me and he's telling me what the pitcher's doing to a lefty, I'm a lefty. So I'm going to kind of go up there like, okay, if he did this to Seth 9 times out of 10, pitchers like to they have trends and stuff like that. So if he's pitching one lefty one way, 9 times out of 10, he's going to pitch another lefty the same way. So, just me having that little bit of information before I go up to the plate is going to be very beneficial to me on my at-bat.
That's what I was going to ask next is, talking to Rook, it's the righty-lefty dynamic, so there's obviously things you can get hit from him, but how beneficial would it be to have, like a slugging lefty that you could just go up there and be like, all right, let's talk hitting again?
We got one, bro.
Yeah,
we got one.
We got a couple. I mean, it doesn't really matter if they're slugging or not. I mean, you're a lefty, you're going up there seeing the same pitches I'm seeing. So, I mean, you're going to be on that side of the plate where you can see how the ball moves like I'm going to see how the ball moves. So that's really majority of what I really need in a back and forth between me and the teammate about what the pitcher's throwing. It's not too much on pitch selection. It's just more on like what the pitcher is trying to do to the lefties in our lineup.
Sure.
I saw you gave a quote recently that you feel like you're a little bit slept on.
Not a little bit, a lot.
A lot. Right?
Wake up.
And that you're a star in this sport. And, that other people don't realize that yet, to the point Jared made about the second half last year. It's kind of their problem. But what I'm interested in is, like, you've gone in a relatively short period of time from one of the newer players in the room to one of the very best, if not the best players in the room, star-level player. What's that, like, mental acceleration like, just looking around knowing what role you play in the room?
I mean, it ain't really no mental acceleration if you really believe that from the beginning. I believe I was a great player before everybody else believed it. I believed I was, good before it was cool to believe that I was good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really it don't faze me. I've had this same mindset that I'm a good player, and I mean, it's whenever y'all realize it, that's when y'all realize it. I've always realized it. Me and my people that believe in me always realized it. So it's not really a mental acceleration. I just feel like it's more of people just realizing the truth, and that's kind of what it is. That's just how I think of it.
They're just slow to the game.
Exactly, and that's fine. Some people tend to get things later than other people.
Yeah. like last summer, we were doing a show together, and I was like, Dallas, I think I have a confession to make. And he's like, what do you got? I think Lawrence Butler is like a top 3 favorite player in the league for me right now. And I think it was before, it was the beginning part of the second half breakout where I was like, I think this is one of my guys now. You play with so much passion and love for the game of baseball. Where does that come from? Is it natural, or like did someone say just be yourself out there? And because there was, I don't know, probably 10, 15 years ago, Bryce Harper breaks into the league, a guy that you're looking at his swing and stuff, and he was a pioneer for that. Like Cole Hamels lit him up for hustling and playing hard and
being in the big leagues,
right? For playing with emotion. So where does that come from for you?
I mean, it comes from, for me, just the love of the game. Because a lot of the things you see me do where it's me showing emotion, it's not planned or anything. It's just raw feeling. Like, it's just me making a good play, and I'm pumped that I made a good play for my team, so I'm going to celebrate. That's the majority what it is, and I salute all those guys like Harper, the Sotos, the Tatis, the Acuñas, that kind of let it kind of, for us younger guys, be like, hey, it's okay to, show a little emotion. That's just you showing that you really are into the game and you really love the game. Because, I mean, think about it. If we just went out there, struck out, walked to the dugout regular, made a play regular, it's like, bro, you just doing this to get paid. You don't really love the game for real. Like, I'm actually out here wanting to make a good play for my team, so we can win the game. So I just really feel like it just comes from, really enjoying what you do. Because think about it, if you have a job and you really don't like your job, you're not going to go there having good energy. You're just going to go there just ready to get the day over. I stay at the baseball field all day if I could.
No doubt.
And, just play games all day. I love it. It's fun to me. So I really just feel like it's just from me loving the game of baseball.
Your passion is something that absolutely comes through. How difficult was the moment when you walk into Kotz's office and he says, hey, bro, we got to go down and figure some things out? All right, we know you're here. We know what you're capable of, but right now we're not putting it together.
Yeah.
What was that conversation like?
And that was
to have.
Yeah, it is tough. I mean, because you work your whole life, to get to the highest level, and then you get there and you struggle, and then they tell you like, hey, we don't think you're ready. Mm-hmm. It's a difficult conversation to have, but it's two types of people in the world. It's you either gonna go down there and mope and give up, or you gonna do what it takes to get back. And I've always had that mentality of, no matter how the path is, I'm a big leaguer. I want to retire a big leaguer. I got a hidden agenda that I got a lot of things to accomplish in this game of baseball. So, I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to notch those things off the list. So, it was just more of I'm kind of glad it happened because, in the moment, I probably wasn't in the right headspace, just struggling a lot. Probably never struggled like that before in my life. Mm-hmm. And, it was a lot of things to where I'm doing everything right, and it's still not working out for me. So, that's even harder to process because you like, what else can I do? But, you just gotta believe in yourself, man. Confidence is everything, and, if you really believe that you can do something and you truly believe that, I feel like nothing can stop.
Well, that was, and bro, and I told you this too, man. That was just another moment where I fell in love with you on another level when you came back and you had the same smile, you had the same excitement, and there was just a little more hunger behind it. And we both know where that comes from. Like, you can tell me I'm not ready? Nah, bro, that's not.
I'll show you I'm ready.
Not going anywhere else after this. I'm gonna be the dude. And it was funny because I could hear you sort of, joking with Kotze, like, I'm gonna force you to have to put me in the lineup every day. Like, you're not gonna sleep on it anymore.
And it was like that even with the lefties. Like,
yes.
You see us, and I would even get pissed off when I first got called up, and I'm like, lefty
I'm not sniffing the lefty.
I'm like, dang, like I done worked all this time in off season in minor leagues. I think that year was like my best year hitting lefties. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I ain't seeing them at all. So that like stuff like that to me, it doesn't put me down. It just gives me motivation.
Oh, yeah, it's
Like,
a fire for you.
I'm gonna show you that I can hit lefties because you don't think I can. So when somebody don't think I can do something, I gotta prove them wrong.
Yep.
So that's really more what it's about.
So we've been doing this podcast now for almost 10 years. So when we very first started, we're talking to guys that have been in the league for a while, and they kind of had to grow to accept and learn the data and the analytics and everything like that, the new numbers that people pay attention to. You come from a generation of players where that's kind of all you knew, is having the information and data at your fingertips. You hit the ball harder than almost anyone in the entire league. Is that a learned behavior, or is it like something that you paid attention to and wanted to focus on? Like, I want to hit the ball hard, or is it just a matter of, I'm a big dude, I'm strong, I hit the ball hard? Like, that's just kind of how physics work.
To be honest, this funny because I am in that generation of all the analytical stuff, but I was taught by old school players like Marquise Grissom, Luke Collier, Marvin Freeman, like all those types of dudes. So how we think of it, or how I like to think of it, is baseball and hitting is putting the barrel on the ball. You don't got to swing hard because they already throwing 99 nowadays, and they throwing 1 billion miles per hour. That I just think of, if I put the bat on the ball when I'm supposed to, I'm going to hit it hard. I'm big and strong. I don't really need to try to swing hard. I don't really need to look at certain numbers, like, because in the game, I can't think about that. When I'm in the box, I can't think about vert and run and stuff like that. In the game, I got to think about swing at a strike, take a ball.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm like swinging at a strike, take a ball. And
Simplified.
exactly. If I know if I hit the ball on the barrel, it's going to be hard because I got juice. So if I hit the ball on the barrel, it's going to be hard, and that's kind of how I simplify hitting. Literally, it's just like most people go out there like, oh, he's got to turn around, so I got to da-da-da-da. Nah, you're going to see the ball, hit the ball. That's kind of just – that's the simple – and I think more of it, like when you're in a game, pitcher versus hitter, it's competition. When I get in the box, some take over me to the point where I'm not going to let him embarrass me.
Sure.
So I don't want to be on Instagram out here looking crazy on the strikeout. So I'm gonna do what I got to do to put this ball in play.
You don't want to be on the wrong side of the
I don't
want
to be on the wrong side of pitching. I was on there pitching ninja during the futures game. Never again. Never again.
We're talking about analytics. We're talking about numbers. We're talking about measurables. We're talking about competition. Now, I've got my ear to the street, and there's a rumor that there may or may not have been a little bit of a foot race. And there's a rumor.
I'm gonna just cut you off, Derek. Michael Harris is not fast.
Oh, MH Dub, we're coming
He's
for you,
not
bro.
fast. Nah,
Coming for you.
I give it to Chan. Chan probably the fastest in the league. I mean, who else still in the 100 bags? But Michael Harris is not fast. He's actually fat now.
The wedding season got to him.
If y'all ain't seen him in a minute, he's big.
Oh,
I see him every day.
Fluffy, would you say Fluffy?
He's getting bigger every year.
No, he's not.
So the
He's
Braves
good.
need to put in some type of conditioning. I don't know if they do the conditioning test every spring or not. We do. That's why all our players look good.
That's right.
And we ready for the spring. But Mike looking a little big. He need to slow down on them donuts.
I don't think he's fat.
You don't think so?
He's a Braves
When the last time you seen him?
Center field. I was at Nats Park. He was center field. That was September.
Yep,
He
exactly.
wasn't. He's not fat.
You can
But
eat
he's
a
good. He's the type of guy. He could be fat but still fast.
Nah, he
He
for
could
a
be
big
fast,
dude.
but-
He move.
That's what I'm saying.
He be moving.
Well, you are cold, bro.
He be
You are-
moving. He a good player too. He just big. He not faster than me.
He's just fat.
Last question here. If you're able to, are you like a visualization person, or do you manifest?
Huge
things?
on manifestation.
You have a like kind of like a manifestation board that you have. Like, what are your goals?
So with me, it's more just like visualizing stuff, and because that's kind of how everything starts. Everything starts with an idea. So everything starts with an idea, and then after the idea, you got to really believe that the idea can come to life. And by doing that, you got to say it. And when you say it, you got to mean it. Because most people think manifestation is just putting stuff out into the universe and it's coming back to you. But you can say something in the universe and know you don't really mean it. So With me, it's like really saying it and really having substance and meaning behind it. Like, I'm gonna make the All-Star game this year. I truly believe that. It's a reminder on my phone, 1 o'clock every day. All-Star game 2025, no matter what. And just stuff like that, seeing it too. Like I went to Dave Stewart's house and he's got the A's World Series trophy against the Giants. I took a picture of it and that's been my screensaver for the last 2 years. So I'm pretty confident with me doing that. I'm gonna get a World Series for the A's one day. And
Let's go.
we gonna run this video back and y'all gonna be like,
Get me
he
fucking
said it.
pumped.
Manifestation is real. Law might see the future.
Come on with it.
That's kind of how I think of the whole manifestation. And it's even like that on deck. Like, you can be in the dugout. Like, before any game, I always visualize what I'm going to do in that game. Always visualize. It might not happen, but I'm going into the game like, I had good thoughts, good mind. I'm in a good space, so something's going to work out in my favor.
I love that.
What your mind can conceive, your heart will believe.
Exactly.
You then will achieve, my
We
friend.
will achieve.
The last question we ask everybody that takes time to sit down with us. You can jump in a hot tub time machine and go back to any moment in baseball history and witness this moment. You can't be a part of it, but you get to witness it. What moment in baseball history and why?
I'm going Barry Bonds when he broke the home run record.
I love that.
I would just love to be able to just probably be in that just atmosphere. I'll probably have chills running through my body. I probably wouldn't even know what to think. I'd probably just be so in the moment that I wouldn't even be able to process.
That's a level of electricity that I don't think we can comprehend.
I'm saying, because I still do it now. Like, when say if I go to like games when say our season's over and I go to like a playoff game, something crazy happened, but I still get that feeling.
Yeah.
Like, even though I'm been on this field.
Right, you're a player.
But I still get that just feeling of the chills and stuff like that. Like last home game in Oakland, that was crazy.
Bro.
That was crazy. Like, I ain't never felt nothing like that before in a baseball game. So that was crazy.
Lawrence just cemented himself as my favorite player in baseball with this interview. Checked
God.
every box that
I was
needed
actually going
be-
to say the same thing.
Yeah, just checked every single box that needed.
I'm
to
going
be
Michael
checked.
I've been
Harris.
telling you.
That's a good number 2. He's a good number 2.
Lawrence Butler, thank you so much for taking the time. We'll see you in Atlanta this summer.
Yeah, see y'all in Atlanta, man. All-Star Weekend. Y'all gonna see me there. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Let's go.